Hello everybody, it is Fast Coasters here, and today we're going to be reviewing Maverick at Cedar Point. Maverick is one of my favorite all-time coasters, along with Steel Engine, so it's pretty coincidental that they're right next to each other. So Maverick is a Intamin Blitz coaster. It was the first Intamin Blitz coaster. Now we kind of see blitzes all over the place. They kind of evolved from this to sort of the style of Velocicoaster. The only, I'd say old gen blitzes I have been on is Maverick and Cheetah Hunt, but Cheetah Hunt has absolutely nothing on this ride. They are two completely different rides. They do different things. So Maverick is almost like a one-of-one. It's kind of like, you can see how it's inspired coasters in the future, and it's actually credited with ending the coaster wars by some people because of its small stature and how really good it is. You didn't need to be a 200-foot monster. I actually heard something that Cedar Point is actually looking at adding a hyper floorless coaster from B&M before this, so this kind of just refutes that theory. You know, they were going to go big, but they went small, and they ultimately got a better ride than what that would have been. So Cedar Point, Maverick at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, in the country, obviously. It's opened on May 26, 2007, so it is approaching its 20th anniversary, which is pretty cool. It is an Intamin ride, and it is now considered an LSM launch coaster, but back in the day, it's like the Blitz, LSM, kind of the same thing. It does have a height of 105 feet, a drop of 100 feet, speeds of up to 70 miles an hour, length of 4,450 feet. It has two inversions. However, it did have a third inversion back before it even opened. It had this, people call it a heartline roll, but I consider it more of an inline twist just because of the profiling. And because of that profiling, there was a lot of stress on the train and riders, so they ultimately took it out before opening, and it's now replaced by that S-bend right between the rocks, right after the turn over the lake. There are rumors that they are going to close this ride next year and retrack it and put the heartline roll back. If they did that, I would love that and make it even better. So let's see if that happens. It has a vertical angle of 95 degrees. It does feel a lot steeper though, just because of the small height of the drop. It takes that a lot faster. Gets to that vertical angle much quicker than some other rides, like, you know, Fahrenheit. It's about a 2-minute 30-second ride, which you feel it. You do get the length for, you know, how long you wait for this ride. Now, speaking of how long you wait for this ride, there is a high chance you are going to be waiting a while for this ride. This is one of the longest lines in the park, simply because of its capacity. At maximum capacity, it can run 6 trains with only 3 cars per train, so you get about 12 riders per train. However, they do go out together. It is a double load station, so in total you get 24 riders going out at once, and they are in sets of 3. So yeah, they do good with the dispatches, although this ride can go down a lot. At least during my visits this year, it was going down quite a bit. So barring the downtime, the line hopefully shouldn't move that long if there isn't too much fast lane, but just be prepared to wait. So Maverick, we'll start with the layout. Maverick goes into, it actually has a launched hill. It's not a lift hill, it's not like a straight launch, it's like a launched incline up. And then after that incline, you go straight into that 95-degree drop into these curves in succession, right to left, right to left. Really snappy, really good elements. Then you go into an airtime hill, which is pretty good. I like that airtime hill. Pretty good airtime. I do wish this had some like the Velocicoaster restraints, but obviously for the time, it actually had those harder over-the-shoulder restraints that we saw in King Ka, but they have been replaced with the softer straps similar to Storm Runner, which is pretty good. Then you go into the 2 inversions on the ride. I believe it's a horseshoe, they call it. It goes into one barrel roll of corkscrew and then turns into the other barrel of corkscrew. Kind of like the top of a, it's almost like the reverse cobra roll you see on Twisted Cyclone and Over Georgia. It's not as high, it's pretty flat. And then after those, you go into a tunnel, right-hand turn into a tunnel, and you kind of you don't come to a complete halt anymore, you kind of just slow down. There's like a train bell ringing, and then you hit a 70-mile-an-hour launch, which is one of the best moments in the entire park, which is saying a lot. It is one of my favorite launches. It is not my favorite launch personally, because there's going to be much better launches on the next coaster we review, so stay tuned for that. So after this launch, that is where your on-ride photo point is, and you blast right out of the tunnel, left-hand turn upwards. You hit some trims, but that is obviously expected because you are going pretty fast for the size of the ride. You do hit some trims. It doesn't take away too much from the ride because it's still great after this. So you hit some trims, go down to the right, that right-hand turn over the lake. There were some water blasts that went off. I don't believe they go off anymore. At least I haven't seen that. You do then hit that S-bend that used to be the inline twist, and then you hit the first of 2 Stengel dives. So you hit the first Stengel dive right under the drop, and you could get a cool interaction moment with the other train, although I haven't seen that lately. And then you go into the second Stengel dive, which goes the left-hand way, and then after that Stengel dive, you hit a small airtime hill, and then a right-hand turn upwards into the brakes. Maverick is one of the best rides in the world. I cannot dispute that at all. There isn't really a negative I have to say about this ride. Obviously, operationally, capacity-wise, that's not like the ride layout's fault. As far as the ride layout goes and the ride in general, I don't really have that much bad to say about it. What's really interesting, and I wanted to tell you guys this, I have almost passed out on 2 roller coasters. The first is Pantherian at King's Dominion, and the second one is this. Now this one, last time I went after the drop, on those right to left hand turns, I was very close to graying out or even blacking out. So just don't underestimate the sheer intensity of this ride. It might be small, but it does pack a punch, absolutely. So for Maverick's final score, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, obviously. It is one of the best coasters in the world. It is my number 2 at Cedar Point. It would be number 1 had it not been for Steel Vengeance, which seems to be the story for most coasters on lists I have. They would be number 1, but Steel Vengeance is right ahead of them. But Maverick is one of the best coasters in the world, and if you have the opportunity to come to Cedar Point, obviously you've got a plethora of elite coasters, and this is just one of many. Let me know what you guys think of Maverick down in the comments below. And thank you for watching this review. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to have a lot of exciting content coming up in the winter, heading into the next season. I believe I should be getting, I don't know if I'm going to get a video out before Christmas, so if I don't, Merry Christmas, guys. And I will definitely be getting a video out before New Year's, hopefully. So I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching.